Let's learn 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Who are these Gentiles that were carried away to dumb idols? Let's find out. Hosea chapter 4, verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. So Ephraim, or the house of Israel, are the Gentiles that were carried away to dumb idols. And just a side note, if you were to read the book of the Maccabees, first Maccabees, you would know that there were Jews that were also carried away to idols by the Greeks. But we're just using the 66 book Bible to prove all things. And here, Hosea chapter 4, verse 17, Ephraim is joined to idols. And Paul says in 1 Corinthians 12, verse 2, you know that you were Gentiles carried away to these dumb idols. That's who they are. Ephraim. Now, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision, by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands. Now, I believe it was last week or the week before, I showed you that the circumcision of the flesh made by hands are Israelites, but more specifically, they're the Jews. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Now I'm going to show you who the uncircumcision is in the flesh. So we're going to turn to Genesis chapter 17. And this is God making a covenant with Abraham. And he says in verse 7, I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee and to thy seed after thee. Verse 10. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man-child among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And we also understand that you were supposed to be circumcised at 8 days old. 8 days old. So now the question is, who is the seed in chapter 7 of Abraham that gets this everlasting covenant? Well, let's go to verse 19. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And who's the seed of Isaac? Jacob. Who's the seed of Jacob? The 12 sons. And the seed of the 12 sons, well, it's the 12 tribes of Israel. But I just want to go up to verse 14. And the uncircumcised man-child whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant. So remember, verse 7, that God will establish his covenant with Abraham and his seed. We then go to verse 19, and we see that Isaac is the seed that gets this everlasting covenant. And those uncircumcised people of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will be cut off because they broke the everlasting covenant, which was circumcision. So, the uncircumcision in the flesh, or Gentiles in the flesh that are uncircumcised, are Israelites.